Hello, my name is Kendrick, and thank you for checking out the Holly Family Effect channel. Thank you for your support. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, this platform is here to bring awareness to those men who are raising children alone or single fathers who's co-parenting, and it might be some tough times and tough days or things you're going through, or you might be having everything smooth and everything's going well. But here, I'm just here to share like my journey as being a single father raising my children and my experiences thus far in family court, um, my experience in child custody, child support, stuff like that. You know, everything, all ranges when it comes to being a dad and especially being a single father. So, to those men that are out there doing it, I salute you. It's like a rare breed. But recently, I've been running into a lot of men who are in my position as well, raising their children alone and have full custody or majority custody, same as I have. So again, shout out you. We see you. Much love, much love. But today, I just wanted to share. The reality is, it's going to be some bad days, right? Right. But we can't let the hard days win, right? So for me, my guilt as a parent, parental guilt, right? I was questioning everything that was happening, everything I was going through. I wasn't embracing the failures. I wasn't embracing those failures that hit. I was running away from the reality in which I was really going through, and not realizing those were the dark days, the dog days. You know what I'm saying? Like the hard moments in parenting. I wasn't I wasn't ready for it. I didn't observe it fully, and when I did observe it through my parents, I wasn't comprehending everything fully. I just remember, the verbal abuse and the physical abuse. So when neither of that was a part of my relationship, it hit different when children are involved and you are there as a man, hands on with your children, and you just get hit. So you always have to understand that, you know, embrace the failure. Not saying you're a bad dad, but just embrace the failure of the relationship that did not, you know, come into fruition that you might have saw. Because that was the hard part for me, again, like I shared with you guys, because as a man and as a dad, our job is to be there, you know, just to be present when it comes to our children. We have to be there. We have to be present. Excuse me for a second. And just understand that if you're going through anything, it's only temporary. Like it really is. It's only temporary because it can be fixed. It can be fixed. But as I always state and share, seek the support. And that's our hardest part. That ego, that pride. Like, man, I can't do that. I ain't going to talk to no stranger. I'm not going to talk to nobody. But when you're going through those hard days, seek the support. Because as a parent, as a father, that guilt is real. Like, I don't know, it's because I have a daughter and I have a son, but that guilt when it hits my daughter, it hits different because she doesn't have her mom in the house every day. She don't see her mom every day. They don't speak every day. And that's, as a man, I'm sorry, you guys, as a man, as a parent, as I'm sharing with you, my man, it hits different, That's the part I had to release and let go, knowing that's not my reality. That's not going to happen. And, you know, once my daughter and my son understand and it comprehends the things, that critical thinking starts to roll and it starts to hit, I'm pretty sure they're going to have some questions. They're going to have some questions. So I have to just be prepared with my response and don't come off more on the emotional side of things, coming from where I feel the hurt from, where I feel the pain. It's more so coming from on the intellectual side of things and just letting them know, hey, I'm here. I'm here as your father. I'm here. So, that parental guilt is going to always be there, but just embrace the failures. Just embrace the failures. And I had to erase all of what I thought it was going to be as a dad, all of my knowing. I know this going to happen. I know it's going to be like this. And all of the assumptions, all of my assumptions, like, release it. Let it go. Like, you learn something new every day, so that you thinking you know everything. Nah, you don't know everything. We don't know everything as fathers, as men, as adults, even in life. So I really do get that saying of, you don't know everything. You think you know everything, and then we quick to say, I'm pretty smart. I think I know it. Me, I think I know enough to get me where I'm at today in life, good and bad. So, but I'm always seeking the information. There's always room for improvement. So again, just know that being a parent is already hard, but being a single father, raising children, it can be daunting. It can be still, man. That's why you have to step into the new. You have to embrace the new, because just already facing the statistics that's already thrown up against you as a single parent, it's hard. If you read that, it's hard. I don't read into too much of all that. All that information was created to destroy certain communities and fathers and stuff like that. So for me, I juggle back and forth, because like I said, that guilt of thinking like, am I doing this the right way, or should I just leave? Should I just quit? Should I just start this over? It's real. Like, it's real. Like, it's a real emotion, real feeling. So, that gut feeling is like telling you everything is okay, but the heart is telling you something different. So it's man, don't play yourself. Embrace the reality. Embrace that failure. You know what I'm saying? So that's key of knowing when you're having those hard days. They don't last long. So another thing when I'm those bad days is I find myself with that idle time. And idle time for me is my worst enemy. So when that idle time, I find myself when the children are with their mom on the weekends. She get to see the children every other weekend. So I do have that idle time where it's like, I ask myself, what is effective reflecting, right? Because we reflect. It's how the brain operates, how our body operates. But what is effectively working? And when you're thinking back on things, you get what I'm saying? So I always think back to just something simple, what I didn't have, and how I'm moving as a parent to make sure my two kids have experienced everything. You get what I'm saying? So, for example, and me and my mom, we get into this sometime, because I said this to her. I was like, I really don't remember having a birthday party. Like, I never had a birthday party. And at the time, my ex now, but we had this party and did everything. My mom, I was like so happy and everything. My mom was like, "Well, you had a birthday party before?" And I was like, "No, I haven't." So we didn't get into like an argument or nothing like that, but it was just like something that always stuck with me. So for me, it was I didn't have my parents at every game that I went to. And I love basketball. I love sports in general, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't get that experience. Holidays, birthdays, getting to go on trips. And I think as a child, we went to the beach maybe once. No, we went once for sure. I can't think of another time after that. But it was just, little experiences that you get to do as you grow up and stuff like that. So for me, it was just making sure that I'm just trying to give my children the best experiences, and letting them know that Dad is not going to miss anything. Dad is going to be there. Dad is going to, you don't have to question or have to wonder anything, because that attachment and security of you knowing I'm going to be there. And it's not me being there in a way of you must perform and put on this show. No, I'm letting my children know, like, you have that support that's needed in life. As you start to develop and start to understand everything. So, because co-parenting and moving on, I had to develop a new mission statement, just a new mission when it comes to being a dad, when it comes to being a parent. So me sticking to my new mission is giving me time to really get back to Kendrick, get back to myself, get back to relaxing my shoulders, like knowing that it's okay to move on in life. It's okay to understand the real reason, which are the children, and that's the real reason. The children are the main focus. So when you do have those reflective moments as a dad, and you just sitting there chilling, kids might be playing, or anything. You might be alone, you might be at work. When you reflect, you reflect in a positive way, in a positive manner, in a way of knowing that everything don't have to be a bad memory that led you to where you at today. And I had to learn that through these sessions of therapy that I went to. When I sought the support, I had to learn that because I don't hold a grudge. I'm a Capricorn. I don't play too big into astrology. I read it here and there, Chinese astrology, everything. I pay a little attention to everything. I try to stay informed, but for me, I give my heart, and I extend that hand. It's like, I already trust you once I extend that hand. I already trust you. It's like you start off with 100%. But each time, that power can go down from 100 to 80, 50. It might just go straight to zero after that one time. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I had to learn how to move in a way of thinking positive when my children are not with me. I had to think in a way of, it's gonna be okay. I have a new mission. My mission is not what it was before. My mission now is completely different. My mission now is, excuse me, is to raise my children in the best household, which I provide them daily here. They stay here. It's not about me. And just continue to, I'm attempting to develop a positive co-parent relationship with their mom. I make my small strides, but hey, can't win them all. So again, I don't let those hard days bring me down, or when that doesn't happen, or when it doesn't work. I still try to stay upbeat and keep it positive in a light, in a manner. So to any father who's listening to this, or any parent who's raising their children alone, and do not have that support from the other parent that you feel that you need and that the children deserve, just know it's all about that new mission. It's a new mission now. So keep yourself and hold yourself accountable to the new mission statement that you already created and that you're working on daily as a parent, daily. And it's again, you're going to have those hard moments. So when it comes to those hard days, just embrace when you're thinking. If you have those moments, that parental guilt, you just sitting there thinking like, damn. Or when you maybe thinking those effective reflecting of, man, I have to make sure the kids have this, good schools, clothes, food, good relationships, and knowing they can come and talk to us and stuff like that. Just depending on the age of your children. My children are very young, very young. So I always keep that door open for just knowing it's going to happen. And lastly, for myself, and I'm going to touch on this later as well, but just because it's weighing heavy on me, because my kids are not here, and it's just, I get to thinking, like I said, at idle time. Parental failure. And failing as a parent can come in all forms. We can think of all forms, and it can mean different things. It doesn't mean you failing as a not even as a dad. I say as a father. It looks different in different situations. It can be your parental failure or fatherly failure could be a family dynamic. It can be financial. It can be in court. You can be losing in court. It can be a lot. It can be a lot. So again, once that heart is created and new forms is happening, your heart, like I had to understand, like my heart, it was creating like all new gifts now. It's like a new gift. It's being formed. So your heart is going to create a new emotion. It's going to create a new feeling. You just have to be prepared to accept it because it's new and you haven't felt it in so long because you've been in a relationship to where you was forcing that square in that circle into that triangle, and it just wasn't fitting. So, failing as a parent is real. And one of my keys that I took from when I knew I was failing as a parent, can I be vulnerable with y'all? Again, can I be vulnerable? As a man, my lack of sensitivity. I said it. As a man, my lack of sensitivity, and my children my son just turned 2, my daughter turns 3 in December 16. They're 11 months apart. So yeah, I wasn't playing no games, but my children were playing. This wasn't no hanky panky. My birthday is 12/29, so I wanted my children I'm born around my birthday. I wanted to all of them experience that whole joy of Christmas, birthday. Just that I enjoy the Christmas spirit. Even though as a child, I had to pick it. You want Christmas or you want your birthday? Madness. But my daughter, her birthday is in December, middle of December. So, and no, she would never have to pick and choose either or. I'm gonna make sure we, Lord willing, and stay prayed up and bless God and able to give the kids, able to, just be able to provide for the children. So, but yeah, my lack of sensitivity when it came to parenting, let me know I was parenting, but it also motivated me to continue to go to therapy. It motivated me to understand that what my ex was sharing with me when it comes to the times we did try to have these adult conversations, she would speak on my approach at times, just in different things. It can be, wasn't that my approach was negative, it could just be the words that I was using. It could be the tonality in which I was saying, stuff like that. So just my lack of sensitivity. And that comes from, I had a split childhood in a sense. My mom had me in my early years and my dad got me in my later years. So it was like I grew up, had the understanding of the balance of two, kind of, sort of, but as you develop as a teenager and get older, I'm with my dad, so I'm picking up on these things as my dad is telling me, yo, don't cry, So you suppress these emotions as a teenager. I'm like, man, I can't even cry when man, look at my knee, man. I just scraped my damn knee. Like, yeah, they pouring peroxide, alcohol, taping you up with a t-shirt, don't rip out the sleeve and shit. So you sitting there, and you can't even cry. You looking up, but you got dad looking over you with his friends behind him, and you know how it goes. Some know I'm from North Carolina originally, so yeah, it's madness. So I know I cannot pass that down to my children. So I do show that emotion of when dad is having those hard days or when I'm struggling. My children, they have caught me with a little tear, and I might pass it off like, Daddy's happy, which I am in a way. I mean, I'm happy because they don't understand how I'm catching myself when I'm frustrated. They don't understand. They babies. So, I can't pass that on to my children. So, knowing that you do as a father, as a parent, as a man, you're going to have failures, no matter what your failure is. And I just share it with you in my vulnerability, which is one of many, my lack of sensitivity. So I'm working daily at being less of an a-hole, I guess, like, to be honest with you. It's not an a-hole to my children. It's just an a-hole to anyone who I don't even understand what the help may be yet, because I'm just still finding myself in disbelief at times of feeling like a failure, And I know I'm not a failure, but it's just something you feel. So it got me to start thinking about myself, and I was feeling bad. I was feeling bad. Because, again, you just try to break those generational curses, and you try to break the stereotype, and you try to do all these things. So the anger was not at my children. It was not at them. And the anger is not at anyone what you may be going through. That failure, it just hits different, It hits different. And I had to start looking at it from a positive aspect, as in like when my kids are away for the weekend, what is the benefit in that, And a positive benefit, not a negative benefit, because they're not here with me. It's like, once it started to click, my kids want to start getting to see things how they want to see things. And you know how they say you put pieces together, you start clicking things together, and they'll see for what it was and what's going on and everything like that. Again, once I started to process when my children do go with their mom for the weekend, the benefits in a positive way, in a positive way. It helped me a little. And I know it's some men that may be thinking like, nah, F all that, I ain't even trying to hear it. But nah, it's like, maybe the different schedule have its benefits, The every other weekend schedule when the kids are not here, because they're here with me majority of the time, So that's why I have to be mindful of everything I say and reflect and do around the kids. They're picking up on these habits and they pick up on these things, and I don't want them to be experiencing this feeling that I'm feeling like, man, I failed my kids. We didn't even grow up in the big house on the hill with the American dream, they say. But once I tapped into that failure of like being, that lack of sensitivity and other things as well, it started to help me heal, It started to help me be more healthier. It started to help me be happier. So I just wanted to leave you guys with that. And maybe this can help any man that's going through the things I've been through and currently still going through a little things as well. But again, just remember, the hard days don't last long. And don't let the hard days win, Seek the support that you may need. And again, this platform is to help you with anything when it comes to co-parenting as a single father, raising your children, or just a parent in general. Thank you again for your support. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And again, I cannot thank you guys enough. Have a good day. Peace.